Have you ever questioned why your intimate strength isn't what it once was? Most men assume it's purely about hormone levels or circulation issues. But here's what many don't realize. The power of your deep pelvic muscles is absolutely crucial. These are the muscles responsible for maintaining blood retention within the penile chambers and sustaining rigidity. Like every muscle group in your body, without proper conditioning, they deteriorate over time. This is where targeted pelvic floor training becomes essential. While many believe these exercises are exclusively for women, in my practice, I've witnessed men in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s dramatically improve their intimate performance simply by conditioning these overlooked muscle groups. Today, I'll demonstrate 5 superior pelvic strengthening movements you can perform at home using no equipment to support enhanced rigidity, improved control, and better urinary health. Stay until the conclusion because the final technique is the one most men overlook, yet it's the true breakthrough for sustained firmness. Position yourself comfortably on your back with knees flexed at approximately 45 degrees and feet placed flat on the surface, positioned at shoulder width for maximum stability. Rest your arms naturally at your sides with palms downward so your entire body feels completely supported and at ease. Take a moment to settle into this alignment, allowing your respiratory pattern to become calm and rhythmic. From this foundation, direct your focus to your lower spinal region. Gently activate your core muscles by drawing your navel toward your backbone and press your lumbar spine firmly against the floor as though you're eliminating any gap or curve beneath it. Simultaneously, rotate your pelvis slightly upward, just enough to engage your muscles without strain or tension. You should experience a subtle yet clear activation in your lower core and deep pelvic regions. Maintain this position for 3 to 5 seconds initially, breathing consistently through your nostrils, then slowly return to the starting position with complete control. What you're accomplishing here may appear straightforward externally, but it's extraordinarily beneficial for your intimate wellness. You're not just activating the pelvic floor muscles, but also coordinating them with your lower core and creating what specialists term synchronized contraction. These are the exact muscles that contract rhythmically and secure blood within the penile chambers during arousal, functioning like a biological compression mechanism. Through daily practice of this movement, you're conditioning those muscles to work together on demand, developing both power and coordination. Another vital benefit of the pelvic rotation is body consciousness, what movement specialists call proprioception. Many men don't understand how to deliberately control their pelvic floor until they begin practicing this fundamental exercise. It's like discovering a muscle you never realized existed. Gradually, you'll begin to sense precisely which muscles are activating, their location, and how to engage them more efficiently when needed. This improved awareness can result in stronger, more dependable rigidity, enhanced control during intimacy, to postpone climax, and even substantial improvements in bladder strength that reduce urgency and frequency. Begin with 10 to 15 repetitions, maintaining each rotation for those essential few seconds. Prioritize technique over volume. It's preferable to perform 10 perfect repetitions than 20 careless ones. As your muscles develop strength over the following weeks, progressively advance to 20 or even 25 repetitions with regularity. And this is critical. You'll discover that your body responds differently. It feels as though you are securing firmness rather than allowing it to diminish. Some men even describe it as regaining mastery over a part of their physiology they believed they had permanently lost to aging. Next, we have the prone extension. For this technique, lie face down on the floor using a comfortable mat or carpet with your legs completely extended and your elbows positioned directly beneath your shoulders, similar to beginning a gentle cobra position or preparing to read while lying down. Your forearms should rest flat on the surface parallel to one another. Raise your chest slightly from the ground, maintaining your neck in neutral position and your gaze forward or slightly downward to prevent neck strain. From here, activate your abdominal muscles by gently drawing your navel inward toward your spine. Visualize creating space between your abdomen and the floor and lightly engage your pelvic floor simultaneously. Consider gently elevating those deep muscles as though halting urination midstream. This movement may not appear particularly challenging to an observer, but what it accomplishes internally is distinctive and powerful. It elongates and stretches the muscles across the front of your abdomen, including the hip flexors that frequently become restricted from prolonged sitting while requiring the deeper stabilizers, the pelvic floor, the transverse abdominis, and the lower core to contract in perfect synchronization. That equilibrium of stretching and contraction is what makes this exercise remarkably effective. It doesn't merely build raw power, it develops flexibility, stamina, and muscular coordination, which are all vital for optimal intimate performance and maintaining rigidity. Many men who incorporate the prone extension as a regular component of their daily routine report a significant reduction in chronic lower back tension, markedly improved posture throughout the day, and most importantly, a stronger, more conscious connection to their pelvic floor during intimacy. That enhanced connection means when the moment arrives, the neural signals between your brain, your muscles, and your arousal response are clearer, faster, and more powerful. It's like upgrading from dial-up to fiber optic for your nervous system. Maintain this stretch for 20 to 30 seconds initially, focusing on steady diaphragmatic breathing and gentle but intentional muscle activation. Avoid holding your breath. Oxygen circulation is essential for muscle function. Repeat 3 to 4 times with 10 to 15-second intervals between holds. As you advance through weeks of consistent practice, gradually extend the hold time to 45 seconds or even a full minute. You'll discover that your pelvic region feels both more flexible and stronger simultaneously. The precise combination you need for lasting firmness, improved circulation, and superior control. The third technique is the quadruped core draw-in. Begin by positioning yourself on all fours in what movement practitioners call the table position, placing your hands directly beneath your shoulders with fingers spread wide for stability and your knees positioned directly beneath your hips. Your spine should be completely neutral, not arched like a frightened cat or sagged like a hammock, but naturally aligned. This position alone helps align your entire body and eliminates unnecessary strain from the lower back while preparing your core for activation. Now take a slow, intentional exhale through your mouth. As you do, gently draw your navel inward toward your spine, flattening your abdomen without holding your breath or creating tension in your shoulders. Simultaneously, contract your pelvic floor muscles. Imagine for a moment that you are attempting to halt the flow of urine midstream, or visualize gently elevating your testicles or lightly drawing the muscles inside your pelvis upward. Maintain this coordinated contraction for 3 to 5 seconds while keeping your shoulders relaxed, your neck neutral, and your breathing smooth and controlled. Then slowly release with precision. This movement may appear minimal externally, but what's occurring inside your body is significant. You're activating the deep core muscles, particularly the transverse abdominis, the ones that wrap around your midsection like a natural girdle or support belt, while simultaneously training the pelvic floor to work in harmony. Together, these muscles create spinal stability, enhance pelvic circulation, and strengthen the neural connection between your brain and your intimate function. What makes this exercise particularly distinctive and valuable is how it links conscious breathing and precise muscle control. By learning to contract on the exhale and relax on the inhale, you're training both endurance and coordination, two elements that directly translate to increased staying power and conscious control in intimate situations. Men who practice this technique regularly often describe discovering a new level of awareness of their pelvic muscles they never knew was achievable. Instead of feeling disconnected or lacking control, they can sense and consciously control those contractions more effectively, which helps them maintain firmness longer and delay climax when they choose, a skill that enhances both their pleasure and their partner's satisfaction. Begin with 10 to 15 repetitions, always moving slowly and steadily with complete focus. Quality matters far more than quantity here. Over time, increase the hold to 5, 7, or even 10 seconds as your endurance develops. You can also experiment with variations such as slightly shifting your weight forward or backward to engage different muscle fibers. The fourth exercise is the bridge separation. Lie flat on your back on a comfortable surface with your knees bent at roughly 90 degrees and your feet hip-width apart, firmly planted on the ground approximately 1 foot from your buttocks. Position your arms at your sides with your palms facing down for support and stability. Take a moment to find your neutral spine alignment. Now press your heels firmly into the floor, engage your glutes, and elevate your hips upward toward the ceiling, forming a perfectly straight line from your shoulders, through your hips to your knees. This is your bridge position. Maintain it steady while preserving the bridge with proper form. Gently push your knees outward as though you're attempting to separate the floor with your legs or stretching a resistance band. Then return them to the starting point with control. The movement should be fluid and intentional, not jerky or hurried. What makes this technique so incredibly powerful is that it works multiple essential muscle groups simultaneously in a coordinated manner. You're strengthening the pelvic floor muscles, which help trap and maintain blood inside the penile chambers during arousal, while also powerfully activating the glutes, the largest and most metabolically active muscles in your body. Additionally, you're targeting the often overlooked hip abductors and stabilizers, which are crucial for pelvic balance, stability, and optimal circulation. When these muscles are weak or inactive, blood flow to the pelvic region is often significantly compromised. But when they're strong and responsive, they function like auxiliary pumps, helping drive fresh oxygenated blood where you need it most for powerful rigidity. The bridge separation also effectively retrains your body to maintain firmness under pressure and movement. By keeping the hips elevated while dynamically moving the knees in and out, you're simulating the kind of muscular control and endurance required during intimate encounters. This functional strength translates directly to enhanced performance. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions, maintaining each outward push for 2 to 3 seconds before returning to center. Focus on keeping your core engaged throughout to prevent your back from arching. As you grow stronger over weeks of practice, increase the number of repetitions to 15 to 20, or add a resistance band around your thighs just above the knees for additional challenge and muscle activation. Men who maintain consistency with this exercise often report not just noticeably firmer rigidity, but also improved pelvic stability and hip mobility, meaning less fatigue, reduced lower back strain, and greater control during extended intimate encounters. It is truly one of the most effective techniques for building a strong, stable foundation that supports both intimate performance and overall confidence in your body. Finally, the most overlooked yet incredibly powerful technique, the oscillating frog position. Begin by getting down on your hands and knees, positioning yourself on all fours on a cushioned surface or exercise mat for comfort. From there, slowly and carefully widen your knees apart. Go as wide as feels comfortable without strain, keeping your feet turned outward so that your inner thighs are fully open and your hips can descend lower toward the floor. Your knees should form a wide V shape. Now gently lower down onto your forearms, keeping your spine neutral and your head relaxed. This position may already feel like an intense stretch through your inner thighs, groin, and hips, and that's precisely what you want. Take a moment to breathe and adjust to the stretch. Once you are comfortable and stable, begin oscillating your hips forward and back in a slow, controlled, rhythmic motion, almost like a gentle wave moving through your pelvis. What this technique accomplishes is truly distinctive in the realm of men's pelvic exercises. It deeply stretches the adductors or inner thigh muscles, while also opening up and releasing the deep pelvic floor muscles that often become chronically tight with age, prolonged sitting, stress, or lack of flexibility training. When those tissues are tight and restricted, they create a constricting effect that limits blood flow and creates excessive tension in the pelvic area, which makes it significantly more difficult to achieve and maintain strong rigidity. By gently opening and relaxing these muscles while simultaneously engaging your pelvic floor in a dynamic way, you allow blood to flow more freely into the erectile tissue and crucially remain there when you need it. The oscillating motion is particularly important and shouldn't be omitted. It doesn't just provide a static stretch, it creates fluid movement through the entire pelvis, which dramatically improves circulation, promotes lymphatic drainage, and trains the muscles to activate and relax in perfect harmony. That balance of strength and relaxation is absolutely essential for intimate function. Too much chronic tension in the pelvic floor can restrict blood flow and cause premature climax, while insufficient strength fails to secure blood for firm rigidity. This exercise helps you find and maintain that optimal zone of balanced muscle tone. Spend 30 to 40 seconds in this position initially, moving gently with the rhythm of your breath and breathing deeply into your belly. Focus on relaxing into the stretch rather than forcing it. Repeat the stretch 3 times with 20 to 30 second intervals between sets. If you find the position challenging initially, don't force it or push through discomfort. You can modify by not going as wide with your knees or by placing a pillow under your chest for support. With consistent practice, your flexibility will improve dramatically, and the stretch will feel more natural and even pleasurable over the course of just a few weeks. Many men notice a clear, significant difference in firmness, sensitivity, staying power, and even the intensity of their climax experiences. Some report that this single exercise feels like it unlocks or awakens the pelvic region, allowing them to experience stronger, more responsive rigidity than they've had in years or even decades. Think of the oscillating frog position as both a strengthener and a releaser, a yin and yang exercise. It builds control while releasing chronic tension, restores healthy circulation while teaching your body how to move fluidly and naturally, and ultimately supports both peak performance and lasting comfort. When combined with the other 4 exercises in this routine, it becomes the finishing element. The one technique that can elevate your results from good to genuinely exceptional. So there you have it, the 5 best pelvic strengthening techniques to restore firmer, more reliable rigidity after 50. These are not quick tricks, temporary solutions, or gimmicks that overpromise and underdeliver. They are practical, scientifically validated exercises that systematically retrain your body to maintain blood flow, increase penile sensitivity, and give you more conscious control over your intimate response. The key to success is consistency and patience. Just 5 to 10 minutes daily, less time than you spend on dental hygiene, can lead to noticeable improvements within a few weeks, with more dramatic results after 2 to 3 months of regular practice. And remember, these exercises don't just help with rigidity. They also significantly improve bladder control, reduce nighttime urination, alleviate pelvic tension and discomfort, and support overall confidence in your body and your masculinity. For optimal results, perform these exercises daily, ideally at the same time each day to establish a habit. Many men find success doing them first thing in the morning or right before sleep. Monitor your progress in a journal, noting improvements in firmness, control, and overall intimate satisfaction. Stay committed. Practice these techniques daily without exception, and you may be genuinely surprised at how much stronger, firmer, and more youthful you feel. This is Dr. Rachel Morgan wishing you health, vitality, and confidence at every stage of life. Remember, it's never too late to strengthen these essential muscles and reclaim your intimate wellness. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who could benefit from this knowledge. And don't forget to subscribe for more evidence-based men's health guidance.